Welcome to Pimpy's Investment Chat, where we keep investment talk simple. And here's your host, Pimpy.
What is going on out there, peeps? All right, let's get back to our Iraq, all right? Because there's a lot of good things going on. I love the leadership of Al-Qademi. I know the elections are coming up. Let's keep our fingers crossed that he stays in there and continues to fight corruption. In case you guys haven't heard, these guys have already busted people for trying to rig the election just that quickly. All right, so good things going on. Let's hope it maintains that same energy. For those of you wanting to buy gold and silver, and you should, go to our friends over there at Money Metals Exchange. The link is down below in the description. If you are a first-time buyer and you spend more than $100, use promo code Pimpy, P-I-M-P-Y, and get a free half ounce of silver. For those of you looking for my address, there it is right here. And you guys know I have this alternative website over here. There are videos that you should go check out. There's a lot of great information, especially on the Rona. All right. So what's going on over there? So the KRG will continue receiving special funds from Baghdad until after the election. Okay, what about after the election, though? Iraq Prime Minister Qademi told the media that the federal government will continue to send monthly transfers of 200 billion dinars, that's $170 million, to the KRG until after October 10th parliament elections and the formation of the new government. So October 10th is the election. We are very, very close. Keep our fingers crossed. 2 transfers have been made so far, which the KRG says has allowed it to make full salary payments to the public servants for the first time since 2020, since early 2020. Dang. Yeah, it's crazy. I don't understand how these guys just work and work, and they never seem to get paid. The failure of the KRG to pay salaries was the source of the major public frustration. Well, yeah, remember, the rumor was that Kurdistan was getting the money. They just weren't giving it out. The transfers are not part of the 2021 federal budget law, which has still not been fully implemented with regards to the KRG. There is negligence on both sides, and there is a need for a quick solution, Qademi said. Yes, I would say so. We're already at the end of dang near of 2021. The U.S. Department will remain militarily in Iraq until the elimination of ISIS. Man, is it me, or does it just look like the neocons are winning this battle to stay in everlasting perpetual war? So now they got an excuse to stay in Iraq, although I'm kind of supporting this one. Because I have a feeling if they just yanked up real quick like they did over there in Afghanistan, next thing you know, in, 11 days, ISIS would have taken over the whole country. Who knows? Not a good track record, anyways, for this administration. So anyways, the U.S. Assistant Secretary of State, Adam Shinsker, whatever, said, we will remain military in Iraq. I know, I just read that. Until ISIS is eliminated, here the coalition and a lot of people on the ground that, hey, we were leaving because ISIS was dang near gone. Now all of a sudden we're being told that there's this huge emergence of ISIS. What are the odds of that? The U.S. Assistant Secretary of State for Near Eastern Affairs added, we will assist the Iraq security forces and Peshmerga in fighting terrorism. And the U.S. Assistant Secretary of the Northeastern Affairs continued, we look forward to holding Iraqi elections on time and for reform government to be produced. So let's hope that happens. But yeah, anyways, the Assisting Secretary of State, Hood, confirmed that Afghanistan scenario will not be repeated in Iraq and Syria. Well, we'll see. Oil rises thanks to hopes of economic recovery and decline of the dollar. Decline of the dollar. Let me repeat that. The decline of the dollar, and it will continue to decline. Oil prices rose by more than $1 a barrel on Thursday, supported by a state of optimism about pace of global economic growth, despite the Rona, as well as due to the decline in U.S. crude stocks. So Brent crude rose $1.78, about 2.5%, to $73.37. By now, I would have thought they were heading on their way past 80 into 100. While they're going to be reducing their production a day down to 400,000. Yikes, that should drive the price up. Texas Intermediate crude rose $1.92 or 2.8% to $70.51. The number of Americans filing new claims for unemployment benefits fell last week, while the layoff rate in August fell to its lowest levels in more than 24 years. We have more than 10 million job openings. If they would just open up the economy and stop using the Rona as a stupid excuse. And by the way, guess what's coming? Guess what's coming? Yep, you guessed it, a whole new variant. What are the odds of that? The MU variant. So yeah, optimistic about the economy. The whole goal of the Great Reset is to keep crashing the economy, keep people from working, so that you're 100% totally dependent on the government for aid. That's what they're going to keep doing. They're just going to keep telling you there's all these variants. It's never happened in history, not ever. But I told you, they lined them up. They're just going to keep repeating. But OPEC raised its demand forecast for 2022. While it's facing pressure to accelerate production increases from the administration of Biden, which said it was happy that the group reaffirmed its commitment to increasing supplies. We were the number one energy exporter until this administration got in there. And then, of course, you know, these particular politicians have their monies invested in other countries and special places. And that's why when they get into office, they see to it that their specials or that their investments are more taken care of than the American people. Prime Minister Al-Kadhimi calls on Iraq's media to encourage citizens to participate in elections, as they should. Prime Minister Kadhimi called on the media, we know this. It said Al-Kadhimi's media office said in a statement that the latter met today with managers in the Iraq news channel and urged them to raise awareness and educate citizens about the importance of participating in the election. During the meeting, Al-Kadhimi stressed the need for TV channels to dedicate more screen time for this matter. Well, he's already caught the media cahooting with those powers that be on trying to manipulate the election before it's even started. Sound familiar? Just throwing that out there. So again, same thing. Al-Kadhimi is encouraging the media to start educating the people. The Iraq and Saudi agreement on the field of transportation. This is good news because we're talking about the ports. Thursday, Iraq and Saudi Arabia signed a joint cooperation agreement in the field of maritime transportation to strengthen relations between the two countries at the strategic level and open new horizons for cooperation in various fields. Good. The Saudi press said the agreement, which was signed on the sidelines of the meeting of the transport, border ports, port committees of the Saudi Arabia-Iraqi Coordination Council. So this is going to help as far as shipping and receiving is concerned. The agency said that the agreement included the development of commercial maritime navigation, seeking to increase the traffic of commercial ships to transport passengers and goods, supports and encourage trade exchanges, facilitate the requirements of procedures for access to the ports of the two countries, and enhance the exchange of experience and technologies between companies, institutions, and maritime institutions in the field. This is good. Yes, the more they open up these ports, but again, the Gulf there is real dangerous, man. That's why I'm shocked that Saudi Arabia doesn't ship more of their oil, refine more of their oil towards the Red Sea instead of the Gulf. Very interesting. Revealing the details of the parliamentary talks between Iraq and Jordan. We all know what they are. It's the same thing. How they could deal with, or work with one another, the whole 9 yards. Al-Abbasi welcomed the visiting delegates, pointing to the depth of the brotherly relations between the two countries, stressing the importance of strengthening the bonds of cooperation in order to move forward and the particular steps that will reflect the reality of the two. Down here below, I like what they do. Give a shout out saying that the rest of the nation should pay attention to how it is that Iraq handled ISIS. Commend them on what they did and doing a great job. So anyways, look, it's looking good. The more Iraq keeps taking a leadership role, opening up to the international community, getting away from relying so much on oil, open up the private sector, this is good. Again, I can't stress this enough. It's going to be really hard for Iraq rebuild its country when the value of the dinar is so low. The cost of importing things from other countries are going to get really expensive. They don't really have anything to export, so there's no need to want a lower currency. Because, of course, when you have a lower currency or a devalued currency, you're more competitive on the international scene because the cost of your goods are cheaper because your currency is devalued. So we'll see how long this will continue, but we are towards the end of this year, getting ready for an election. Looking forward to it. I'm waiting to hear what they're going to say about the 2022 budget. Everything is looking groovy. We want it to stay this way. Let's keep the terrorists out of there and cross our fingers for some good results coming up on the election. All right, that's it for now. You guys hit the thumbs up button. If you're not a subscriber, please do so, because when you do, it helps out the channel, and I surely do appreciate it. That's it for now. I'm out.